So that she reached out using that like type of psychological and emotional warfare and like, what if we're not here anymore and the kids and what if we die? And that Joe Gorga just completely ignored her. So that is one rumor and nastiness out there that they're not meeting up, that she reached out with all this emotional bullshit. And Josephina Gorgasita, you know, my friend, the little guy, he just ignored her. But there's all these other rumors and nastiness out there that they're not ignoring her and they're considering it. And they're really, when Melissa says, oh, the door's not closed, they're considering meeting up with her. Now, regardless of whether Joe ignored her or whether, you know, Melissa said she's meeting up with her, why would the Gorgas? A lot of people are asking me, like, why would they do this? Why? Well, let me tell you why. Okay. So, first of all, it all comes back to the same reason that Teresa is reaching out to them. The whole reason that Melissa would consider it is for one thing and one thing only. Teresa doesn't like Melissa. Melissa doesn't like Teresa. It's for one reason and one reason only. It's one word, RHONJ. So, what this tells me, if Melissa is really considering it, because let's not forget, I mean, it's not that Teresa called her a whore, a gold digger, a stripper. Let's not forget, like last season, which was 2 years ago, with all that shit online, she said that her youngest child is Bulldogs and is not Joe Gorgas. Everyone remember that? Where she said that Melissa and Joe's youngest son is not, it's not Joe Gorgas, that Melissa had an affair with Bulldog and it's Bulldogs. So why would you be called a gold digger, a whore, a stripper, that your child is not even your husband's, that it's Bulldogs? Why would you consider it? One reason, RHONJ. That means to me that the test filming did not go so well. They don't got nobody. They don't have a cast. They're not anywhere closer to a cast. And here we are. Because if the test filming went well, or if Melissa and Dolores and Margaret were all three going back with no test filming, with an amazing cast. I mean, they cast Salt Lake, they cast Rhode Island. They're close to a cast with New York. If they really had something, which Melissa, why would Melissa go back to Teresa? She wouldn't. You're right. There's no reason to. They would not fall for this. And they would, it's just for the show. So I am shocked. I mean, Melissa and Joe are just as fucking crazy as Teresa if they actually take her back. And if the show is moving forward with a strong Melissa and a strong Margaret and a strong Dolores and all these newbies, they won't do it. So if they're really considering, if it's really not true that Joe Gorga just ignored her, her heartstrings, and all this other bullshit, and they are considering meeting up with her, which Teresa says that they're going to meet up, but they all lie. But if they're really considering it, I mean, A, they're just as crazy as she is, but B, that means there ain't no show. That means there's no good test filming. That means there's no plan for the future of New Jersey, which we're back to where we started, just like Wendy Osefo stealing all because for the show and to look a certain way, and you have to keep up with the Joneses. It's all about the show. Teresa hates them and is groveling because she realizes the show is or was going to go forward without her. And now, if they are truly considering it, which Teresa says they're meeting up, and I'm not so sure I believe that Joe Gorga, I'm not so sure that I believe that Joe Gorga ignored her. Check the source, okay? They're doing it for the show. That means there's no fucking great cast and there's no test filming that worked. It's all for the show. So we are back where we started. So I think Melissa and Joe are as crazy and sick as her. And this is all for the future of the show. And are they going to announce this at BravoCon? Everyone still thinks so. I don't think so. I think the only thing being announced at BravoCon is we're going to meet the cast of Rory, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And I think at BravoCon, we are going to announce that we have a cast for New York with a woman named Erin Leachy, a woman named Jessel Tank, a woman named Sai De Silva, and a woman that we know from the past named Carol Raswell. I think they're announcing Carol's return to New York at BravoCon. I don't think New Jersey is going to be announced at BravoCon. Do I want to see Teresa and Melissa back together again? Not really. Nothing has changed. She's groveling because she thinks it's going forward without her. And if Melissa accepts this and Joe accepts this, it just means, don't think for a second, people, that it means that Teresa won them over. It just means that they are as maniacal as her and will do anything to be on this fucking show. It will save the show, I guess. I don't think there's a show. I don't think they have a cast. That's what I think this means. Why else would you go back to someone who said your child is not your husband's? That's sick. I don't want to watch that show. Do you guys? I think it's insane. I think they're all fucking crazy, okay? And Teresa says, yeah, they're gonna go. And by the way, the reason I think it's happening is, first of all, TJ and Amy, I forgot who said it on the podcast. One said, because Louis was there, she said, well, and this and that. And if he said, I can go back to the show, whatever I want, it's my decision. Well, that's good that, you're not throwing the women's movement back by another 50 years and doing what your husband wants. But she's like, he's letting me do what I want. If I get asked back, it's up to me. And she said, they went after him. And TJ says, your family, meaning Melissa and Joe, your family went after him, right? And before we moved on, Teresa stopped him and she corrected him. My castmates went after him. Really? Not your family? All of a sudden, it wasn't Melissa and Joe. It wasn't just your family. Now it's your castmates. Now that's true. Come on now, Margaret, with your finstas. Come out wherever you are, Saji Saj. You guys know my friend Margaret? Very smart woman. I wouldn't trust her with business. She puts the whale on the shirt. But she corrected them. It wasn't my family, it was my castmates. So that's already like she turned stone cold. Like, this ain't good because I'm trying to reconcile with them. We're not going to blame my family, we're going to blame my castmates, which really implies Margaret and not them. And the other thing I think is interesting, there's a lot of these. We turn to our New Jersey big Instagram pages. A still Trey Fab, who we love, posted that when all this was happening and Melissa was like fake news back in the beginning, and I'll never reconcile with her, this is fake news. Joe Gorga reposted this on his social media that it is fake news, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Trey Fab posted that when Melissa's like, it's not happening, and Joe reposted it. Well, Joe Gorga took the post down. So the post that said we'll never get back and blah, 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 and Melissa's like, it's fake news, which Joe Gorga reposted, he took it down. So all of a sudden, it's not fake news. I'm telling you guys, I'm not crazy. I don't believe that he ignored them and this and that, those fake reports. He took it down, and she's like, she says they're meeting up. So I hope not, because I don't want to watch that show. Let's see what happens. But Teresa says they're meeting up. Did you see this? Heather McDonald and Meredith Marks are in a little bit of a feud